Yo guys, Crescent here. Welcome to my stamina decay build video. Like everybody know already that we got stamina decay in particular got a really big hit in the nerf department. So I'll just explain what are the things that we got nerfed. Basically, block cost got nerfed, vigor got increased cost, all stamina skills got increased cost. What else? Two passives, decay passives got nerfed, skills got nerfed as well, igneous got nerfed as well, major mending, and raid guard got nerfed as well. So basically sustain got a big hit. While playing this patch, I kinda noticed that, for me at least, I took stamina decay for granted because we used to be able to run one ulti regen set, that is for our sustain, and one heavy armor set for our damage dealing, Ravager, Fury, something like that, 7 Legion, any of your choice. But now this patch, you still can run something like that, similar like my beastly build, but I don't think it will be that effective anymore because the damage you can output is still really high, but the consistency of the damage output is going to be really lower than before because of your stamina pool. So it's a bit hard to sustain, in my opinion. Of course you can still run it. I tested it out, the old build, the beastly build works alright, but not as good as this build, in my opinion. Okay, so you are here for the sets, for the build. I'll go straight into that now. The sets we'll be running: 2 Bloodspawn, Impenetrable, Bread and Butter, the best, hands down the best set for stamina decay. You could run Celine for more damage, pretty good as well. And you could run Choking for healing because we are using a heavy armor build, so you get that, I think 20% increase of I'm not sure how much, I think it's 20% health increase, health recovery increase, so Choking is decent as well. Okay, the other set that we'll be running is this crafted set, Tawa's Favor. This set is really good. It's a substitute to Werewolf Hide. I feel like with this set, if you know how to utilize this set will outperform us in ulti regen department, will outperform Werewolf Hide. Of course you can still run Werewolf Hide, but I feel like this set is the better set. And we want to be able to craft a heavy armor set that give us sustain, so that's why I use Tavas instead of Werewolf. And the medium armor set we'll be using is Bone Pirate, 2-piece Bone Pirate on the body, I mean on the waist and on the hand, because those two give the least armor compared to every other department, and all other heads, shoulders, body, feet and legs are all heavy. You want all impenetrable, but I don't have impenetrable on Bone Pirate build because I have it on my Nightblade, so I just use a sturdy one. It's alright. And yeah, Bone Pirate rings as well. For CP campaign you want to use 1 reduced cost, for non-CP you want to use 2 reduced cost and 1 weapon damage or 2 weapon damage respectively. And the 2-hand, the best one is Sword, hands down. Second one is Axe because of the bleed, because you will use Gap Close to apply the bleed. And the third best is the Mace. Mace is alright, but I don't feel it's that good anymore. Alright. And of course you want Sharpen on the weapons, both weapons. Your Sword and Board bar you will be using Tawa's Favor, so you will only gain ultimate while you're on Sword on Board bar, and that is most of the time you'll be spending on Sword on Board bar usually. Alright, you can use Impen on your shield as well, but I prefer Sturdy because it's a shield, you'll be blocking on a shield bar, so Sturdy is the best for me. Okay, I'll go through the potions, the poisons and everything. We'll be using the drink, Dubious Kamaran Throne drink, because we are using Bone Pirate, that is a must-have. The potions, we'll be using Detect Pot, obviously, just to get Nightblade out of Cloak and everything. There are 3 kinds of immovable pot. The first one that gives you immune to knockback, Expedition, Stamina, this is the most important one. Another one is Savagery, give you crit, and another one, I don't have it now, which gives you Stamina, Health and immune to knockback. Those 3 are really good. Invincible pot is really good as well, gives me Major Expedition and invincibility. And the last potion would be Tri-Stat pot. If you like Tri-Stat pot, you can use it as well. Those are decent. Okay, and the poisons I'll be using yeah, the typical cost increase poisons. There are two kinds of cost integrate poisons. The one with just 6.4 seconds, 30%, got nerfed, deservedly so, but I still think they are quite strong. So yeah, just these poisons are really important against those target with really high regeneration, and those, especially those shield stackers or those magical templars that can heal forever. These poisons are so important. I can't stress it enough. So important. And of course you can run, I don't have it now, but you can run another poison that is really good, is the double dot poison that gives you 2 dot damage, 2 poison dot damage. Those are really awesome as well. Usually I use it on my get close bar, so when I go in straight, I have that damage. I proc that poison, I have that damage going on. Then I apply my Venomous Claw, I have instantly 3 dots on my opponent. That's why I really like it that way. Okay, we are done with the poisons and potions. Food are done. Mundus Stone, I'll show you my stats. We are running the Thief Mundus Stones. You can see that I have almost 39k max stamina on my sword and board bar. Really strong. About 23k in Cyrodiil, 23k plus health, 10k stamina, 10k magicka. This is our best part. The stamina recovery unbuff is 1.7k, which is totally awesome for heavy armor stamina decay build. Usually you have 1k plus 1.1, 1.2k if you're not using Bone Pirate. With Bone Pirate, okay, you lose a bit of damage if you're using Bone Pirate compared to Fury, because Fury in total you can stack up more 600 damage, I think, but 5, okay, maybe less than that, because Bone Pirate you get another 2000 max stamina, that is about 200 weapon damage. So in total maybe you will lose up to 400 weapon damage fully buff from Fury, but for that you will get 500 extra stamina recovery, which I find really important, especially on this kind of build that you have to rely on dodging, roll dodging to gain ultimate for shuffle from Tawas. That's why I prefer to run this instead of Fury. Okay, the weapon damage is a bit low unbuffed, but it will get up to 2.5k after you get the heavy armor passive, and you buffed up major and minor. Weapon crit is pretty decent, could go up to 4.6k, another 10% more if you use the crit potion, which is really good. Resistance and spell resistance are just crazy, out of this world. Alright, yeah, the skills. Okay, this is how I explain how you play the build. Basically the skills are pretty much carbon copy the same from last patch, because I feel like this setup, in my opinion, is the best for 1vx or in a small scale environment. Execute, Venomous Claw, your best dot, Stampede, your snare, and your get close. Volatile Armor, just to buff up yourself, and review cloak targets. Rally, your burst heal, your major brutality. Take flight, your big damage dealing ultimate. Pierce Armor, just your debuff, your bread and butter DPS. Revert Bash, your CC, your debuff. Shuffle, just to dodge skills, basically, to apply Tawas. Igneous Shield, give you major bending, and Vigor, your heal. Sword and board ulti, just for defense ulti. Okay, so how do you play my build? Tawas, to apply Tawas, you need to have you need to dodge any skill, range, melee, anything. So always when you are fighting someone, make sure all your buffs are up, obviously, and your shuffle must be up. That's really important. So if you have to check your stamina pool, how much stamina do you have left. Let's say you're at like 70%, 80%, 90%. You see an attack incoming, a frag, a line attack, a heavy attack, something incoming, just dodge it. Get that 3 second from you can use buff timer, this add-on on my HP bar, to track how long is your Tawas left. Then you can use another dodge roll after that to obtain the buff from Tawas. I forgot to put it in now, so yeah, but I'm not dodging any attack, so it doesn't really matter. But just make sure you have that add-on buff timer to check the timer of the Tawas. Of course, it will show below my stamina pool. It will show there all the buffs, Tawas included, but I prefer to have it on a big bar, on a buff timer add-on. Alright, so that is the basic, how you gain your ultimate. And shuffle, of course, must be on. So if you're getting zerked down, for example, usually you don't dodge throw a lot. You will just use like a speed pot and you'll start running away, rely on your shield ultimate and keep up vigor, keep up major mending and everything, right? But for this build, if you're getting chased by 3-4 people, so you don't think you can fight them head on, you need line of sight and everything, you do everything, you dodge the attack, you get back that 9 ultimate per 3 seconds, you keep running, you do your speed pot, after the cooldown of 4 seconds for dodge throw is done, do another dodge throw, get back the ultimate fast so you can use shield ulti for defense. That is how you play defensively, okay? You keep up the movement, you don't stay at one place and just hold block and just spam vigor and major mending. That is not how you play this build. You keep up the movement, keep up the dodge throw, be really active in combat, make sure you have that Tawas favor going on, because with Tawas favor on, you will get back like 5-6 ultimate per second, which is crazy, which means that in 20 to 25 seconds you can use 1 ultimate, which is really awesome. Okay, offensively it's still the same. Usually you just buff up everything, and then you buff up everything, you get close, you try to apply your poison, you do light attack in between, and then you put Venomous Claw light attack again. Hopefully your poison proc, your dot poison. You got 3 dots on your opponent ready, you switch back to your sword and ward bar, you debuff them, you CC them, and then you do a leap and execute. That is the typical combo. Always use this to kill any target. I find this to be the best combo to kill off even tankier targets and non-tankier targets, especially Nightblades. When they start dodge rolling your attack, you make sure you leap on them. That is the sweet spot, because now leap is undodgeable. If they are near enough to you, they can't dodge it. If they are far away, they can, because it's ground AoE now, leap. That's why I prefer leap over Dawnbreaker. Okay, so offensively I explained already, defensively I explained already. What else do I say? I still need to go through the CP tree, but before I go into the CP tree, I just want to explain the skills, the passive, what got nerfed, how much does it affect you. I would say yes, stamina decay is weaker this patch. Is it unplayable? No, it is still playable. Can it perform as good as last patch? As easily as last patch? Definitely not. That's why I use Bone Pirate instead of Fury, so I can have that sustain, that push, you know, that damage push that I keep on. Because if I'm using Fury, I feel like my sustain is not good enough. I have to place in a slower pace compared to last patch. But with this build, you can just keep on pumping out damage non-stop, because we won't be relying a lot more on block. Instead, we will be dodge rolling a lot. That's why. Okay, so the nerfs are better roll. Previously, it was about more or less 70 per point. Stamina, your highest, basically your highest stats. Magicka, for Magicka decay is 70 to Magicka. For stamina decay is about 70 to stamina. So it got nerfed to 48, which is a 22 point. Pretty big nerf. Previously, I think it was even a bigger nerf. I think that took it back a bit step, because everybody complained on the forums, including me, because this is the bread and butter resource management skill for stamina decay, because we don't have any passive for reduced cost or stamina regen. That's why this skill is so important. It's still in an okay place, I would say. The nerf didn't hit it that bad. The thing that got nerfed really badly is Helping Hands. Previously, if you're using a really high stamina build, you can go up to 2.5k stamina per cast, but now it's just only 1k flat. So it's got like a 150% nerf, which is really bad in my opinion. But that's why we are going for more stamina recovery, 1.7k on my build, to compensate for this nerf from Helping Hands. Alright, so what else got nerfed? Major mending got nerfed. The first nerf was crazily bad though. The major mending only applied to shields. So if your shield, that 2.5k shield is gone, or 3, I'm not sure how big is the shield, I think it's 3k or so. If it's gone, you don't get your major mending. So you only get 1 tick of major mending. That is terrible. Previously it was 6-second major mending, so they took it back. They make it 3 seconds. I think it's 2.5 seconds instead of 3, but on a 2-tip it wrote 3. For 3 seconds you'll get about 2 to 3 ticks of vigor, which is pretty good. I think even if your shoe is down, you still have major mending. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think that's how the change is now. I still need to test it out, but it's definitely better than previously, because previously you have to have your shoes on to have major mending, which is so ridiculous in my opinion. Unless you're running like a 60k HP build, yeah, your shoes are gonna get down. So this is a good revert. It's a nerf still, but it's acceptable for me at least. Okay. Red guard, yeah. Oof, if you are red guard, you're gonna feel it. That's a big difference. Red guard is still alright, but we got a big nerf. Previously it was like, I think, I can't remember, I think it's 1.5k usually. 1.2k or 1.5k got nerfed to 800 now, 792. Yes, it is a nerf, but previously it was even worse. The first implement of the patch note, we get back only like 490 stamina, but now I think they push it back to 800, which is acceptable now. That's why when the patch just came in, I was so disappointed, but now they revert some of the changes slightly better, like 10-20% better, which I think is really awesome. That's why DK is still in a really good spot. Not as good as Stamina Nightblade or Stamina Sorcerer or even Stamina Warden, but it is still alright. It is still, if you're good on a class, you will still be able to perform. Alright, so I'll go through the CP now, the last thing. There are a few changes, I'll explain them as well, but more or less it is the same. Okay, so I put 27 points into Siphoner just to reduce health, magicka and stamina recovery. That's why this 3 is quite important. I put quite a bit of points into this. 20 into Warlock. Break free, obviously you need them. Bashing focus didn't got nerf. I think it got buffed, so I put quite a lot of points into it, so my bash cost really low. 20% reduced cost, you can see 35 points, really awesome. We are regeneration, we are using quite high regeneration, so recovery build, so that's why I put 49 points into this, 11 points. I put 15 points tenacity, got nerfed, so that's why it's not worth putting a lot of points into it anymore. Tumbling, because you will do dodge throw a lot. Previously my build I'll put a lot less into tumbling, I'll put more into Shadow Ward, but this build will rely on Tawas, so tumbling you need 12%, it's quite good, and 12% block cost, and the rest of the points I dump it into Befall because I want that extra effectiveness of you know, healing reduction from my Reverb Bash. This is a really important tree because 1 point give you 1%, that's why I just put 8 points, increase it by 8%, which is quite significant. Blast 23 got nerfed, that's why you don't want to put a lot of points into Blast anymore. 23 is enough for me. Physical weapon expert, light attack, just to increase that a little bit. Shattering blows, 13 points against shield stacking target. Shields are still really strong this patch, that's why you need 13 points into this. Master at Arms, this is the best CP3 you can ever have. You want 72 points in it, get it up to 23%, increases every single thing of your damage, every single direct damage skill. Maybe just your Venomous Claw won't get increased, but everything else. That's why you want a lot of points into this. Precise Strike and Mighty basically is the same. You want 49 into Mighty, 51 into Precise Strikes. This is a fixed thing, I would say. You don't change it around. It's always the same. Alright. You want 25 into Resistance to block. This got nerfed as well, but it's still important to have high crit resistance, especially against ganking builds. And Ironclad just to reduce the damage from Master at Arms. I put more into Hardy, 49 points, 11% reduction instead than the 10% reduction from Elemental Defender, because we got a passive that increases our magic resistance. That's why as a DK. Thick Skin you need 12%. It's really important because we can't clear, we can't cleanse, we can't cloak away all the damage, so we have to tank it all. That's why 12% is really important. Quick recovery got nerfed really badly as well. That's why I put just 15 points, get that 4% up, and just a little bit just to reduce light and heavy attack. Alright, that's about it for the CP. Pretty straightforward. And yeah, basically I think I explained everything, the combos, how you do it. You can use, there's one last thing, you can use a vampire on this build, but I feel that I don't want to put vampire on my build. It could be really good because I can increase my recovery by another 200, but I feel like there's so many Destro staff users, it's hitting me so hard. I feel like it's not worth it to run vampire, but it's just a personal preference. I might test it out, I'm not sure yet, so see how it goes. It might be really good though, who knows. Alright, that's about it for this build. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. That would be really appreciated. And I guess I'll see you guys in Battlegrounds and in Cyrodiil. Alright, see you, man.